Hi friends, welcome to my new vlog, and welcome if you're new to my fairy shed, which I have to say could do with a big tidy up. I have found the weather this week to be incredibly windy and quite cold, which is kind of bizarre after the very, very hot day last Saturday. It was just boiling last Saturday. Oh well, it was nice while it lasted, and I'm sure it will come back. I've got a sort of lemon mug here. I do like lemon, and not as much as strawberry things, but I like lemon. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Kate. I'm Kate Sanderson. I am an actor. I often appear in horror movies, though I've done plenty of other stuff too. But that's the main thing I do, is like horror movies, independent films. And I moved to this house in Essex about a year ago, and I'm trying to kind of do it up and get my life organized. I'm happy to say that I'm getting quite a lot of work. In acting, I can't talk too much about it, but I'm getting some really nice jobs, and I would say, however, my house is sort of suffering because I just don't have time to go and do big sort of tidy ups, or I'm wondering if I suit my hair like this. I've kind of got a ponytail like there, but I'm not sure if you can actually see it properly. Anyway, as I say, I don't feel that I can quite get on with tidying and sorting out and kind of improving my house in the way I want to. But then again, oh, that wind just pulled the door open. Then again, you've got to pay the bills. You've got to pay the bills. That sort of comes first. I noticed that there's a new feature on YouTube. YouTube has this new AI advisor in the YouTube studio. There's a kind of star symbol, and when you look at that, if you click on that, you can ask YouTube advice. So I asked why I wasn't getting more views on my videos, and they said that they thought my titles were far too vague. And I think that's really true. Like I call my vlogs like April Fun because it's what I'm doing in April, but of course that doesn't tell the audience anything or really particularly give them a reason to click on the video. Yeah, so that's interesting. And I'm going to try and make my titles a bit more detailed, but I mean, to me also, when you make your title too complicated, isn't that off-putting as well? Anyway, I'll just have to sort of keep working on it. I was lucky because I managed to get some very inexpensive bedding plants. I think I got like 12 petunia seedlings for $1.89 at Aldi the other week. So I got those, and I got a few other pansies and things too. Oh no, it's my neighbour with the circular saw. It's just really, I mean, it's a free country, but it just, oh, the noise is awful. Yeah, so I got all these very inexpensive plants, and I brought them home, and was quite busy for a few days, and the plants just looked at me and I looked at the plants, and finally I just felt very guilty yesterday, and I planted them out. And it was so windy in the garden, it really wasn't kind of enjoyable. I'm not someone that likes being cold or uncomfortable or anything like that. However, I will now put in my footage about doing my bedding plants, and I think they will hopefully do well, and that will be a success. Hi guys, it's a very cold, brisk day. Oh, why do they keep sawing? I finally got some bedding plants very cheaply at Aldi, like $1.89 for like 12. So got 2 of petunias, which haven't obviously flowered yet, and then one of these pansies, and I got a gooseberry bush for $1.99. It was the only fruit tree they had left. I missed the raspberry and blackberry, but I thought maybe if I grow a gooseberry bush, I'll definitely not be a gooseberry this year. So now, basically, I'm not appearing on camera today. I look dreadful. I'm going to just plant out these plants, and that will be a good little step this week. It was so hot on Saturday. I just thought that, that's a nice painting. I just thought it was going to stay hot now, but it's actually very cold today, but I feel the plants need to be planted out, so I will do that. So I'm going to bring my empty pots over and we'll plant them. Okay. This earth, I had my impatiens in last year, and that was a big success. I'm just trying to get some air into the soil, and now I'll add some more soil. That's looking a bit healthier, I think. Now I'll just transplant some of my pansies, I think, because they're looking really beautiful. So here we are, got some lovely pansies. Wow, it's a very windy day. I probably shouldn't have bought those plants, but I waited so long to get bedding plants that were a reasonable price. That's one there. Okay, dig this one down a bit. Okay, I'll come back to you when I finish this bit. Okay, that's looking better. I'm going to put them over beside Buddha. Okay, that's better. I'll add some more to the water lilies as well. Okay guys, now I've got the two sets of petunias to put in. I bought these now rather insipid looking planters on Amazon last year. I don't know, I think it was the height of summer and I just thought they looked really good, and actually the colour isn't very strong. Anyway, I will be using them, and hopefully when the summer sun beats down they'll look a bit better. So I will put a bit of earth in now and then put in my petunias. I do feel that $1.89 for each of these was a very, very good price, and I'll get on with that. Okay, I'm thinking that 6 plants in each of these troughs would be good, and then I'll look and see what I'm going to do with the rest of them. Well guys, I found the little yellow planters I used to have in my old garden, so I think I'm going to put 3 in each of these and put them next to the pink planters. So, you know, maybe when the sun comes out it'll all look a bit better. It's just difficult because the slabs are not as fresh looking as they could be. However, I shall persevere. Okay guys, here's my petunias, the 2 sets of planters. I'll give them some water as well. Okay. Oh, there's a hole in that planter. I'll put some more earth there. Okay, now the final couple. Okay, I've got my final 2 petunias in there, over beside my pansies and Buddha. Okay, it's there's a lot to do, but it is better than last year. Well friends, I'm now just left with my gooseberry. So I think I might put it in that very weedy looking side flower bed there. I'll clean up an area and then come back to you when I'm ready to stick in my gooseberry bush. So I've dug the right size of hole, I think, and I will now put this in. You know, I've never actually had a flower bed properly. No, there was a flower bed in my old house, but it was very shaded, so it didn't grow much. So that's my gooseberry bush. It's the first plant I've planted into a flower bed here, not into a pot. So may I not be a gooseberry all year, and may I get lots of gooseberries and make maybe gooseberry fool or something. Okay, my mum used to like gooseberries sometimes, though she said they were sour, but with a lot of sugar they can be nice. Right, enough for today. I'm going to go to London on Friday to meet up with my sister and my auntie, which is going to be really lovely, and I will of course take some footage. Apparently there's a tube strike on Friday, but it's supposed to end at midday. I lived in London for many years, and in my experience they never actually stop a tube strike at the advertised time. If it's supposed to be midday, they'll just, you know, they don't come back in till the following day. Now I may be wrong, maybe since I've been away from London they've stopped doing that, but when I was new to London I used to think that, oh, I'll be able to get home from the tube strike because they're stopping the strike at wherever, and then they don't really, but you know, maybe they will. Yeah, I'm gonna have a sip of tea. I appreciate each and every person that looks at my videos. I really cannot tell you that enough. It means so much. I must say, I found YouTube to be a real challenge. And I mean, I think almost everyone does. I met somebody the other week who told me they'd put one video on YouTube in their life 5 years ago, and it's had 36 views. So he was very impressed with me and what I've done so far. So that's nice. I suppose that puts it into perspective. But I mean, I saw this Chinese influencer, and she said that basically whenever you put a video on the YouTube kind of gives you a lottery ticket. You know, it might take off and do really well, or, you know, it may, as so many videos do, just disappear. But I enjoy doing it, and I really love that weekly challenge of putting together a video. I've been looking back at my videos for the last year, one an evening here in my house, and I must say some of them I really like, but some of them I must say I can see that they just get a bit draggy. I mean, there's just too much of me sitting talking and not doing enough, or, you know, the action doesn't change enough, or there's no through flow. I did one video last year called My Fairy Chainsaw Life, and I must say I think that kind of has a good balance of changing around and this and that. But yeah, a lot of the videos, they could be better, but you know, that's probably true of everybody. My door has opened again. I'm just going to shut it. I'm not used to being in here when it's windy. I think I may have to get a way of shutting from the shed from the inside when I'm here, because that's just a bit annoying. The door keeps swinging open. Excuse my lipstick. I got this little bird nest in B&M, Easter clearance, and I was going to just keep it for Easter next year, but now I think it might be quite sweet in my fairy shed. I don't know, we'll just see. It's I have occasionally seen like birds' nests in the wild with little chicks in them, and they're so beautiful. Yeah, it's a nice thing. So there we go. That's the one I pulled. This is what the cards look like. And each one is a saying. So, lead the way, take the reins today, others will follow if you lead the way. I must say, I don't feel I am much of a leader. Well, maybe there will be a situation this week in which I need to be a leader. So anyway, that's interesting. So I keep checking my pumpkin seedlings, but I've not seen any little shoot yet. It's probably too quick. It's lovely to be in London, in St Giles's Square. Always new things to see. Centre Point. Okay. An amazing sort of sculpture of a fox or a dog. It's big enough to sit in. Amazing. These buildings are just really startling looking. Oh, there is nowhere like London. It's just so British to see a telephone box. When I was little, these actually worked. Amazing. Hello, Harry Potter. Hello, double-decker bus. Just going down to the Strand. I must say this is kind of a pop-up shop, and it's this kind of stuff is my kind of stuff. I like it. And it's Trafalgar Square in a beautiful day, and the museum up there, and oh, it's just perfect. Thank you, bald guys. I'm at the Strand Palace Hotel upstairs, going to my auntie's room. I've not been here before. It's quite cool. So, as you can see, I made my way to London to meet up with my auntie. She was at the Strand Palace Hotel, which is on the Strand in London, obviously. There's a book by an actor called A.E. Matthews of the Edwardian era, and he always talks in great detail about the Strand. Oh, my hair looks really weird. Okay, so the Strand Palace Hotel, it has a slightly eerie feeling. I mean, it was built in 1909, and you just, although it's very modernized and plush and it's a lovely hotel, you just kind of feel like there are all these presences there. I don't know, you just you can have a sense of all the thousands and thousands of people who've stayed at that hotel and what it must have been like down the era. I mean, that Edwardian actor A.E. Matthews, he must have gone past that hotel way back when. I'm such a history person, I love it. Anyway, my auntie surprised us by taking us to the Mamma Mia afternoon tea at the Strand Palace Hotel. And, I thought it was lovely. I'm probably going to have to cover over the sound from the clips because they had ABBA music playing in the background, and I don't know if there's enough of me talking to just obliterate that, but I don't want to obviously take ABBA's kind of copyright or something. I really, really loved having the Mamma Mia afternoon tea. There was artwork on the walls from the Mamma Mia movies and from Greece, and the little cakes and pastries and things were called things like voulez-vous and, lay your love on me and stuff. So I tried to take some footage of the menu and the food and stuff, and I think I actually have a little bit of the cake left to bring home. So maybe after this I will have a cup of tea and show you some of the cakes. So friends, here are some of the cakes, admittedly, that my auntie didn't have, and I was able to bring them back. This coconutty ball one, I think, is called Donna's Dynamo Ball. So that's the Meryl Streep's character one. And then this heart one, is called Lay All Your Love on Me. They're kind of, I would say, had to be kind of kept in the chiller, which I suppose is appropriate for the Greek kind of summer days kind of feeling. Because a sort of slightly chilled dessert is kind of soothing. I don't have any Greek china, but I do have some china with the palm trees, which I thought was kind of summery feeling. Let's have a little bit of tea. I must say, I am a fan of Mamma Mia. Let's just look inside. See what this looks like. Oops. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Kind of ruined it there. Oh dear. Okay, it's very, very squishy inside. And the kind of pink chocolate. Okay. Let me turn the camera around. Yes, I've never been to Greece. I have been to Cyprus. I went to Cyprus when I must have been about 18. We went there for Christmas once. And it was beautiful, but I personally love Mamma Mia. I think it's a wonderful, uplifting movie. My mum loved Mamma Mia as well. I wasn't so keen on the second one, but I still enjoyed the second one. And I do hope one day I will get to go to Greece and see some of the ancient ruins and see Santorini and some of the really beautiful sunsets, etc. That would be amazing. And sometimes things are meant. So maybe going to the Mamma Mia afternoon tea was kind of a sign. I'm going to have a sip of tea. Let's see. I think this tea set is actually Japanese. To me, though, it's very show businessy, having palm trees on it. Oh, it's really nice to have a cup of tea. Yeah, my aunt and sister, my sister had the vegan version of the Mamma Mia tea, and she found it a bit one note, and apparently the vegan scone was like very hard. I mean, not soft at all. So she's actually a vegetarian, but she, wasn't so keen on that. My auntie also didn't think it was the best afternoon tea in the world, but I was very happy to go because I thought it was very nice, and was lovely to have the Mamma Mia music going, and I'm a real fan of the movie. So for me, it was a lovely afternoon, and I liked all the little flowers that were around the basket of cakes and savouries and stuff. I love things like that, so it was great. So yeah, I feel looking back on the start of this vlog, I look a little bit down in the dumps, and I'm sorry. I'm not someone that's very good with the cold or the wind, especially as last Saturday it was all so gorgeous and I thought summer was here. But however, I this week have done a lot of stuff. I even found, this is very random, I found the cable to my record player, so now I can play some records. I mean, obviously not on YouTube because of copyright and stuff, but I can, for the first time since I moved into this house, I can play some records. And I also found like a brooch I've not had for ages, and I polished it up. It's a silver brooch, and you know, I wore that on my coat. So things are coming together, and that's all good. Yes, there's a kind of caramelly mousse on the inside of the heart cake. And yeah, I've got my summer candles going, although it's daylight. Go me. Let me break into the ball one and we'll see how that looks. So the ball-shaped one also seems to have like a different set of mixtures inside it, and obviously a lot of coconut. And yeah, this has all kind of put me in the mood to watch Mamma Mia again. And hopefully maybe just go to Greece. He's just having a lovely sleep. He was purring a minute ago, but now he's just fast asleep. Very cozy cat. Hi friends, it's coming probably towards the end of the vlog now. I have my horrible television behind me that I can't wait to get rid of, my sister's paintings of our former cats, and I now want to do a little craft project involving sand and a unicorn design, which I really hope you will enjoy. I've never done this kind of crafting before, so we'll just see if it works and how it looks, but fingers and everything crossed. Okay friends, now I got this in the Salvation Army thrift shop. I have no idea. I think this to me is looking a bit 90s, if not 80s. The packaging and everything. It looks a cute idea. That is apparently what the unicorn should look like when you finish. And to begin with, I was a bit like, oh, you know, this is just really naff. But then I thought, well, I do like unicorns, and, you know, it's an interesting idea just to try. So I think I'll just first of all take out everything that's in the packet. We'll see what we've got. So it's looking really simple, guys. We've got the 3 little packets of sand, and then this drawing. And apparently it's adhesive. You peel off each number at a time, and then that number corresponds to a colour of the sand. So I'm hoping it still works. I also hope I can maybe save up any of the sand that I don't use, because, you know, maybe I could use it for something else. But anyway, so I shall start off by unpeeling all the number 1 stickers, like this really, sorry, it's gone out of focus. The really big one here, this is number 1, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I will peel off all the number 1 stickers and then come back to you. Okay, so apparently all the number 1 segments are to be blue coloured. So, yeah. Okay, oh, it's quite a big one. All right. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'll keep going with that. Oh. Right. And there's a little bit on the horn as well. Okay. Right. Okay. So there you go, shaking it off, shaking it off. Oh my goodness, that's really actually, well, I can see a tiny bit here where around the eyelashes of the unicorn, it's not really worked. Okay. Well, that's That's actually pretty neat looking, isn't it? Great. Okay, I shall move on to the next one. And there's plenty of sand left. So there we go. The second colour of sand is yellow. So I'll now peel off the yellow. Okay, so I've now hopefully peeled off all the number 2 stickers, and I'm going to got my yellow sand. Whoa, oh dear. It never goes like on television, does it? Oh, right. Let's pour all the yellow sand we can onto the, as the stars are yellow, and then a bit of the horn was yellow. There's another yellow star. And another yellow star there. Okay. Oops. Let it sit for a second and then shake, 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 shake. Okay, that's cute. I can see there's a little bit of blue kind of bled into the horn, to the mane there, but hey, it's okay. That's nice. Fantastic. Okay guys, it's my favorite color of pink. I'm hoping that I may have to sugar the sand a bit around to make sure that there's enough pink sand for all the different bits, because the whole background is pink, so it's kind of very thirsty on the color. Okay. So just do a little sugary there. Then I'll take it off that way. So hoping to cover like all the bits. Good grief. You know, I think that's it's quite sweet looking. It's very kind of pop art looking. Let me clear away the background sand and we'll have another look at it. Okay guys, here's my finished sand painting. I must say it's quite cute, and you know, I think the 90s were a time of unicorns and kind of glittery baby colours, but then now is too. So I think that's quite sweet, and I must say I don't think I'd, you know, go insane about doing sand with numbers, but it is quite cute, and I'm glad I tried something. Yeah, it's nice. I think it will need to be framed because I think it will probably, the sand will start to go everywhere. But also as a bonus, there was loads of sand left over to do some other creative project with. So yeah, I think that's pretty cute. I mean, I do like unicorns and stuff. How funny that I saw that in the thrift shop and I got it. Today in my Flip Over Eternal calendar, I got this rather joyful yellow angel lady. Talking about having the intention of joy. And then there's a little fairy on some books beside her. And then I'll put this unicorn here for now. And I have my little neon owl, which was probably from the 90s as well. I think I remember getting this in a gift shop in Byres Road in Glasgow. And my little mouses and a fairy card there. So it's all kind of a little bit kind of woo-woo. Is this unicorn a bit sort of Lisa Joel? Is that a kind of Lisa Joel thing? Anyway, we'll go on to maybe getting towards the end of the vlog. Well guys, I think that's going to finish off the vlog for today. I hope you've had a lovely week, and maybe we'll all get to go to Greece this summer and have our Mamma Mia dream, and I'll hopefully do some more sand art, and more unicorns hopefully will appear. So I wish you a lovely week, and I will see you on my next vlog.